scholarly works. Now, getting back now, when the Romans come, going back in time now, when the Romans come in 30 CE, or BCE, I'm sorry, before the Common Era, and take power from the Chemitans in the days of Cleopatra the Seventh, they also take Palestine and they take Syria and several other nations in that area. This white nation, this European nation now, begins to dominate the indigenous people in Palestine and in that part of Africa known as Egypt, there in the Nile Valley. When they do this, there is constant resistance, especially on the part of the Israelites. They're constantly involved in warfare to fight against them. And there were always these messiahs rising up that the Romans had to deal with. So what you have essentially is a white power, European power, dominating a black nation on its own land. And this power had as its symbol the eagle. It also had as its governing body the Senate. The same as you have in the United States of America today, which is merely an extension of the Roman Empire. Now, they were oppressing these people on their own land. In the day that Jesus ben Joseph was born, or Yeshua ben Joseph, the one we know the most, because there were so many men named Yeshua at that time. In the day that he was born, he became one in a great line of messiahs whose purpose was to prepare his people to be delivered, primary purpose, from the Romans. Now, often in Christian theology and mythology, they have you thinking that Jesus was totally detached from the political activity going on in the land. That would have been impossible for him to do and get the attention of the masses, because the masses' primarily concern was to get liberation from the Romans. His very name bespoke that. So called him his name Jesus, or Yeshua, because he shall save his people from their sins. Which meant we think they're talking about saving them from committing adultery or something like that. It's talking about the word sin is used in the New Testament, and used in the English language today comes from the word which means imbalance. And when one is being enslaved by another, especially in their homeland, that is an imbalance. So they would be saved from their imbalance. That is what they were looking for. They weren't looking for any other type of deliverer, and he couldn't have gotten the masses out had he been talking about anything other than that. When the Romans crucified him, they didn't crucify him for teaching nonviolence. They did not crucify him for starting a new religion. The Romans couldn't have cared less about somebody starting a new religion, because they had so many in the empire already. It didn't make any difference. One new one didn't make unto another god. That's all it was. What they were concerned about was he stirred up the people. That was a charge brought against him.
Uprising.
And what they arrested him for and what they crucified him for was daring to call himself a king, the king of Israel, which was political office.
Monarchs.
He said that the only king that could exist in Israel as long as they had power in that land, as they were dominant in that land, was someone whom they had appointed. And therefore, they crucified or assassinated him on the cross for that reason. No other reason. They didn't have anything. They didn't care about him being the savior of the world. They never even thought about anything like that.